Anytime that I go into a recording session, it's always about trying to find the middle ground with a vibe with everyone else who's in the room at the time. Because you may be meeting people that have completely different backgrounds than you, and you sort of have to come to terms with well, we're gonna make something, and hopefully it's gonna be fun, hopefully it's gonna be great, and we'll be proud of it. So that's the goal.
Mother, where has your daughter gone? I've been waiting for so long. I was gonna take her out, but it's 2 in the morning and she can't be found. Oh, mother, where has your daughter gone? Mother, where is that girl tonight? Got a real bad feeling she ain't doing me right.
My name is Mike Windish, and we're here at the legendary Sun Studio in Memphis, Tennessee. And we're actually doing a session of original music, a couple covers, with friends, people that I've worked with many times, whether on the road, whether people that have worked for my company and have actually directed shows that we do, or others that have performed with us in other venues. This is one small room here where many iconic artists came through and made a very small statement to millions of people for decades. So it's just a no-brainer for me to come to a space like this and try to create something new and also try to spread the word to other musicians.
I think we're probably at a point where we can go ahead whenever you guys want.
Cool. Let's do it.
We're doing a recording of a song called Spark. So the original recording of that song is very processed and there's no real instrumentation, it's all MIDI. I've never heard this song acoustic. I think it sounds really good. I'm really excited about it.
With all the fear, oh, you are strong, stronger than I think you know. Fight for the light.
Nowadays, most bands are tracking, drummer goes first, then the bass player, and so on and so forth. I've had a lot of experience tracking live, and it's never felt like this, where the room kind of talks back to you. There's a vibe there that kind of fills some of the gaps. It's like glue.
The radio stations would set up big bands in their studios, and to create that diffusion, they would put the arches and stuff even in their halls. So Sam, when he built this place, he had that idea in mind. He clearly wanted some kind of strange reflection, or else the floors, would have been made out of something a little bit more, absorbent than masonite tiles.
You are strong, stronger than I think you know. Fight for the light, never let the darkness grow. Do what you want, don't let anybody tell you no. Oh, you are brave, braver than I think you see. Fight for yourself, don't worry if they don't agree. You can be tough if it's what you want to be.
He just had it. He just had it all like this, and it's exactly how he set the room up. He knew what instruments sounded best and where. That's how we always record. If I have a picture of Sam using a certain setup or having some instrument in a certain part of the room, that's where I put it. And it always comes out really groovy, really groovy.
You said there's things in this room that just surprise you every
I've
time.
got them. I mean, the room itself is, almost exactly the way it was when Sam did his stuff here. So it's pretty groovy. And yeah, I mean, it's from what I can tell, from what I look, in all the pictures and everything, and not to mention our story that we tell, is the bass was generally right around here. I think it's something about the center point in the length of the room. He always said the guitar player would stand over there. Sometimes he would have a guitar player stand there and sing there. Mike's back in that corner, and that corner is this like perfect point where it has almost like a cone shape to it, and it seems to create some kind of strange, you know, a reverb almost on the drums.
Such a thing of beauty makes me cry, 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 and echoes of the music pass me by. I pray to find a way to say what's on my mind. In time, I think I'll find the time.
Tiger Lily only has a few chords, and there's a danger to make it too bluesy, too funky. I had this idea, this bass motive and this kind of unison pattern for the rhythm section to play, and I really wanted it to be kind of plodding and sort of a dirge, slow and ominous, in a minor key. I really wanted it to be reflective. I didn't want it to be too labored or too complicated.
Always fighting time, leaves nothing but her root behind.
Because you got so much energy, you get the live energy, and we're playing in Sun Studios, which is where so many greats have emerged from.
Like if we did it in a blank concrete room, there would be no vibe that would incubate our experience.
Whenever you play live, like at a gig or in a studio setting, everybody's gonna make some mistakes. And I think those mistakes contribute to what make it so great. Kind of imperfection is perfection.
If something looks too good, you've got to burn it down. It's the only way out, down to the ground. It's a fiery ride when you're hellbound. If something looks too good, you've got to burn it down.
Burn It Down, I wrote over the summer, and I was feeling down about this particular situation I was in. Basically feeling like it was too good to be true. That is the phrase, burn it down. That's like, if it's too good, it must not be true.
Burn It Down was the first song we recorded here at Sun, and it played itself. It really didn't take much. We did it once, we played it a second time with the keyboard player, and then the third take was what we kept.
There's such a rich history in this studio, in this facility. I guess being able to consider who has been in this room, you know, it makes a pretty heavy impression on my actions personally. And I think it affected all of our actions.
It's not often that you have the chance to do something without worrying about it having a certain expectation or a certain market value or a certain purpose. I think the whole point was to figure out a way to just be. And that is exactly what happened. In my experience, I've never done anything like this where we have just everyone has a voice and everyone is in it for the vibe and the passion of it.
Something looks too good, you gotta burn it down. It's the only way